A mafia gang had been demanding a huge sum of money from him, and when he refused, they threatened him to be prepared for the consequences. Dad stepped out of the room cautiously, but we soon discovered the noise was one of the servants dropping a bunch of silverware. Still, the incident left Dad totally paranoid. The next morning, he came to my room and dropped a bomb.
Maeve, I've told the police about the threats, and they suggested I move you to an unknown location until things get sorted.
What? But I can take care of myself. And what about you?
Camilla and I have hired bodyguards, so don't worry about us. Please, Maeve, I really can't take any chances with your safety.
Dad held my hand after a very long time, and it felt so good. Oh, I hate getting stuck in traffic. It makes my fingernails hurt. I swear the day they launch a flying car, I'm asking Dad to get me one. When I finally reached school an hour late, Miss Jules was ready to pounce on me.
Maeve, mind telling me why you're late to my class?
Oh, I got stuck in an insane traffic jam.
Well, that's not my fault.
And did I say it was your fault? Come on, Miss Jules, stop being such a prick. Apparently that wasn't a very wise thing to say to a teacher who had the principal wrapped around her pinky. In less than an hour, I found myself sitting in the principal's office with Miss Jules, the principal, and Ursula, aka my stepmom. Well, her real name is Camilla, but I prefer Ursula because that name totally suits her weird personality.
I can't believe you said that to poor Miss Jules. Your dad and I raised you better, Maeve.
Ouch!
What happened?
I think I may have hit my head and gotten amnesia because I can't remember you raising me, Ursula.
Stop calling me that! I'm gonna tell your dad to block your credit cards and ground you until you recall your manners.
And guess what? She literally did that.
Henry, it was okay until she called me all kinds of names, but now she's doing that to her teachers.
But Dad, Miss Jules went bonkers on me for no reason, so I just told her to stop being a prick.
What? That is totally unacceptable, Maeve.
You're right! You know what else is unacceptable? That you forgot my birthday last week, just like you did last year. I bolted out of there before Dad or his witch of a wife could get a chance to see the tears stinging my eyes. I should have gotten used to it by now, but it still hurt. You see, friends, I lost my mom the day I was born, but with Dad around, my childhood was perfect. We live in a huge mansion on the city outskirts, and Dad even shifted his office home so he could be with me 24/7. I had the best toys, best clothes, best nannies ever, and Dad made sure I never missed Mom. Heck, he even learned how to French braid my hair and would play house with me for hours. But everything changed on my 6th birthday. Dad went to attend a conference in London and came back with the cutest London Bridge replica and Camilla.
Hey, Maeve, I got you the best birthday present. A new mom.
Mom? But I didn't ask for a mom.
I know, sweetie, but I still got you one.
Even though Camilla stood at the door smiling, I could immediately sense she hated me. And she just confirmed my doubts a couple hours later when Dad went to bed. I can't sleep. Can you read me a story?
I'm too tired right now, honey.
But I want you to read me a story, or I'll eat a whole jar of Nutella, get a sugar rush, and jump nonstop in the room above yours.
Listen, you brat. I'm not here to babysit you. Just stay out of my way if you don't want your dad to leave you.
Dad would never leave me. He loves me.
Not as much as he loves me. See this rock on my finger? It costs $3 gazillion. Has he ever given you anything as expensive?
I suppose that was a lot of money, so I sadly shook my head. In the weeks that followed, Dad and Camilla were always attending parties, social events, and Dad hardly spent any time with me. Dad, can you braid my hair like this doll?
Oh, sweetheart, he'd love to, but right now we have to attend the mayor's party. Yes, Maeve, but I promise I'll do it when I'm back.
But that never happened, because I was fast asleep by the time they returned. Days blurred into months, and before I knew it, months had slipped into years. Dad's busy schedule became the norm, and I just got used to it. So while my life at home sucked, my school life more than made up for it. With Dad's credit cards, I bought crazy expensive stuff all the time and threw the sickest parties. Everyone who wanted to be someone had to attend one of my parties to be labeled cool. Okay, so back to the situation at hand. I was rushing out of the room before Dad or Ursula could see my tears when a loud bang made me stop in my tracks. What was that? I stammered.
Can it be that gang?
Ursula whispered, wide-eyed. What gang? That's when Dad told us a mafia gang had been demanding a huge sum of money from him. And when he refused, they threatened him to be prepared for the consequences. Dad stepped out of the room cautiously, but we soon discovered the noise was one of the servants dropping a bunch of silverware. Still, the incident left Dad totally paranoid.
The next morning, he came to my room and dropped a bomb.
Maeve, I've told the police about the threats, and they suggested I move you to an unknown location until things get sorted.
What? But I can take care of myself. And what about you?
Camilla and I have hired bodyguards, so don't worry about us. Please, Maeve, I really can't take any chances with your safety.
Dad held my hand after a very long time, and it felt so good. Okay, but where will I go?
You'll find out tomorrow.
The next day, an officer whisked me off to a helicopter parked in our backyard. We flew for a couple hours and then landed on an isolated island in the middle of the ocean.
Where the heck is this? Where's my hotel? Do they even have a spa here? Where will I go shopping?
Sorry, Miss Maeve, but you'll have to make do with what's available for a few days.
But why here? You could have taken me to the Bahamas or Hawaii or maybe the Caribbean.
Yeah, but this place is far safer.
The officer then guided me to a shack right on the beach. There was a girl my age waiting for me there, and she looked absolutely shocked to see me.
This will be your temporary home. Lamia, please make Miss Maeve comfortable.
Are you sure you picked the right girl?
Are you questioning the FBI?
No, of course not. It's just that, never mind. Hey, Maeve, I'm Lamia. And FYI, we're gonna be the bestest friends.
Lamia hugged me, and my nostrils filled with the scent of coconut and fish. Hi. Are you the only person on this island?
Of course not. There's a whole village down the road, but I prefer to stay alone, 'cause of my secret job.
Lamia started talking nonstop about how cool the island was and how glad she was that I was here to keep her company. And I got a headache already. How in the name of Gucci was I gonna survive in this sorry excuse of a house? I immediately excused myself to use the washroom, and once inside, I took my phone. There was no way I was staying here for an hour, let alone a few days. But to my horror, there was no signal, which meant I couldn't contact Dad at all. Ugh, what a bummer. When I walked out of the washroom a few minutes later, I saw Lamia staring at me strangely.
Are you sure your name is Maeve?
What? Of course, what sort of a question is that? Instead of replying, Lamia took my hand and led me to the road leading to the village. We walked for 10 minutes and then she stopped in front of a bakery. You made me walk 100 miles in the sun to buy some stupid cake?
Gosh, you talk too much, and FYI, we didn't even walk half a mile. Now, just go inside and you'll get your answers.
Feeling a bit skeptical, I stepped inside the bakery. It was the most rundown place I'd ever seen, and it smelled terrible. As I looked around, my eyes finally settled on someone, and my heart stopped for a second. At the cash counter stood a girl who looked exactly like me. It was as if I was looking at my own reflection, only with a few more freckles, longer hair, and skinnier frame. When the girl saw me, she looked equally stunned. Who are you? Am I daydreaming again? She pinched herself to confirm she wasn't, and just then, a little kid appeared from behind the counter.
Whoa, Julia! This girl is what you look like if you eat 100 bagels!
Hey! Are you trying to say I'm fat?
No, I'm just saying my sister's thinner. That's because she doesn't get to eat much.
Shiro, stop. But Shiro was in no mood to stop.
You know our dad is a total jerk. If Julia doesn't sell anything, she doesn't get dinner. So please buy something. Julia makes amazing brownies. Even the bugs love them.
I looked at the brownies on display, and to my horror, I actually saw a tiny roach roaming between them. Shiro, back to your room now.
What? I was only trying to help.
Shiro left sulking, and I finally got the chance to talk to my doppelganger named Julia. If I didn't know any better, I'd think we were long-lost twins. Yeah, you look just like me. It's weird.
I know, right?
So weird. Anyway, I'm Maeve, and, about what Shiro said, is that true? No, of course not. Shiro has no filter, really. Would you like some brownies? On my very first day on this strange island, I didn't want to risk getting diarrhea, but I also wanted to buy something because I had a feeling Shiro wasn't lying. So I bought the only packaged product on the shelf, a loaf of bread. I thanked Julia and walked out, only to see Lamia feeding some stray dogs.
Hey, you're back! Wait, is that bread? And by the way, did you meet Julia?
Yeah, it's shocking how alike we look. I mean, we could totally pass off as twins. I also met her brother, Shiro.
Ah, Shiro. That little boy's what's keeping her alive. Otherwise, with that douchebag of a dad, Julia would have jumped into the ocean ages ago.
Lamia told me on our way back that Julia's mom left soon after giving birth to Shiro. Her dad was a good-for-nothing gambler who spent every penny she earned on betting. I felt a surge of pity as I recalled Julia's pale face. That's when I decided to give that bread to her and Shiro. I asked Lamia to take me to Julia's home, but just as I was about to enter, I heard someone shouting.
Give me all the money or I swear I'm gonna lock you up in that stinking storeroom.
But Daddy, I already gave you everything.
You think I'm a fool? Where'd you get the money to buy that little bloodsucker on ice cream?
I'd saved a few pennies. It's Shiro's birthday today.
How sweet, but you know I'm diabetic. Too much sweetness makes me sick. You wanna get me sick?
No, Daddy.
Then be a good girl and give me the money.
At this point, I was so freaking mad that I wanted to barge inside and practice some kung fu moves on that giant butthead. But before I could move, Shiro appeared beside me holding something that looked like a speaker. What's that?
Shh! A sailor gave it to me once. Now just watch its magic.
Shiro pressed a button and suddenly a loud police siren started blaring. That scared Julia's dad and he immediately left through the back door. The moment he was gone, Shiro and I rushed inside. Are you okay, Julia? Yes. That siren, was it you, Shiro?
Yeah, scared the spit out of him, didn't it?
Why do you guys even put up with that monster? It's your hard-earned money. He has no right over it.
I keep telling her this, but Julia's too scared to stand up to him, and I'm too small to punch his ugly face.
Well, Julia's scared to stand up to her dad, but I am not. I told Julia and Shiro about the plan forming in my head, and they seemed a bit skeptical at first. Look, guys, this is your only chance to teach your dad a lesson, because I'll be gone from this island soon. That seemed to convince Shiro, but Julia was still unsure. But Maeve, why do you want to do this? Oh, I'm not doing it for you. I'm doing this for me. I desperately need some form of entertainment or I'm gonna die of boredom on this island. After a little more convincing, Julia finally agreed. So we cut her hair a bit shorter like mine and quickly exchanged our clothes and, of course, our identities too. Then I briefed Julia a little about my life and she told me about hers. In case you need any more help, Shiro will guide you. Then Julia left and I suddenly felt super excited. I had this chance to be someone else for a while and I couldn't wait for the drama to begin. And it began only a few minutes later when Julia's dad made his grand appearance again. This time he was holding Shiro's speaker.
You filthy piece of junk! You tricked me into leaving, didn't you?
I didn't, but yeah, Shiro did. You must be a special kind of idiot to be fooled by a 7-year-old. Julia's dad looked like he'd seen a ghost, and a while later he literally started shaking with anger.
How dare you talk to your dad like that? I'll show you what I do to kids who talk back.
He went into the kitchen, took a fistful of chili powder, and came towards me menacingly. As he tried to make me eat it, I twisted his arm with one hand, took some of the powder from his fist with another, and then as he cried out in pain, I dumped the powder into his mouth. He gasped and choked and drank a whole bucket of water.
Ah! My mouth is on fire! Someone help!
I suggest you eat these brownies. The sugar helps balance out the spice. Shiro and I watched in amusement as he stuffed in one brownie after another. Unless he has really good digestion, those brownies are gonna give him a hard time. Or maybe a loose time. As I had predicted, Julia's dad got the runs the next day, and you can imagine after all the chilies he consumed, his butt would be on fire. Then one day, while Shiro and I were away buying some groceries, Julia's dad sneaked in and stole all the money we'd earned. His act got caught on my mobile's camera that I had purposely left behind because I knew he'd try to break in our absence. I showed the footage to the local authorities and got him arrested. Then, after bidding Shiro a rather tearful adieu, I headed to Lamia's shack. Hey, Julia, you want something? I'm Maeve, you idiot. I can't believe it was so easy to fool you. Lamia looked very confused, so I told her everything about mine and Julia's secret identity exchange program. Where's Julia? I can't wait to tell her what we did to her jerk dad. Julia? She was Julia? Then why didn't she tell them anything? Tell who? What are you saying, Lamia? What Lamia told me next made my blood run cold. She said 2 officers had come to take me home a couple of days ago, and Julia went back with them. What? Why didn't she tell them she wasn't Maeve?
How would I know? And FYI, you should have at least told me about your stupid little plan.
Lamia looked upset, and I shuddered at the thought of being stranded on that island indefinitely. Lamia, you have to send me back home. I'm not liking the sound of Julia pretending to be me and going back to my home.
But how can I? This island is in the middle of nowhere and hardly anyone ever visits.
Hearing that, I burst out crying as Lamia stroked my hair gently to console me. Days passed by, and with each passing second, I kept losing hope of ever getting back home. But then one day, a cargo ship docked on the island. One of its sailors was Lamia's old friend, and on her request, he agreed to let me get on board. After a few days of extreme seasickness, I finally reached home. But as soon as I set foot inside our mansion, I got the mother of all shocks. Before me was Julia sprawled on the couch wearing my designer dress while a maid painted her toenails. Julia, are you freaking crazy? Why didn't you tell those officers you were not Maeve? Do you have any idea what I had to go through? Julia looked shocked to see me, but then suddenly her facial expressions changed. Who are you? And what's all this Julia nonsense? Did you hit your head or something? I'm Maeve! Just then, Dad walked in and I was so happy to see him after so long. Oh, Dad! I missed you so much!
Who are you? And why do you look like my daughter?
What is wrong with everyone? I am your daughter! How can you not recognize me, Dad? Dad, don't listen to her. The poor girl looks to be mentally unstable. Oh, you backstabbing witch! I saved you from your dad and this is how you repay me? I pounced on Julia like a wild animal. She screamed as I pulled her hair, but before I could do much damage, Dad called security guards and had me thrown out. I couldn't believe this was happening to me. I roamed the streets, still in shock, when I caught my reflection in a store's window. Gosh, I looked just like I'd survived a zombie apocalypse. My skin was burned after so much sun exposure. I'd lost a lot of weight, and my clothes, well, they looked worse than a beggar's. No wonder Dad didn't recognize me, but I had to reveal the truth. So that night, I planned to sneak into Julia's room, which was basically my room, to dig dirt on her. Thankfully, I knew exactly how to dodge the mansion's security cameras. That night, as I stumbled into my room, I found it empty. I heaved a sigh of relief, but the next second, Julia emerged from the bathroom. Oh, so you're back, Maeve. I thought you'd learned something from what happened earlier today. Why are you doing this? Well, I just got sick of that stupid island, so I decided to spice things up. And now that I've gotten a taste of your life, I'm never going back. And here I thought your dad was the ultimate douchebag. Didn't you think about Shiro even once? Shiro's tougher than you think. Besides, after I rob your foolish dad a little more, I plan on rescuing Shiro and starting a new life. Just then, the room's door burst open and Ursula walked in.
Who are you talking to, Maeve?
Ursula looked stunned to see me, but before she could react, Julia started crying like a baby and ran to her. It's that girl again! She's threatening to kill me! She's lying! And I am Maeve! Look, Ursula, I know we haven't been on great terms, but at least you believe me! And friends, guess what? My stepmom did believe me and got that moron Julia kicked out of her mansion in no time. Even Dad was surprised at how easily she had recognized me.
How are you so sure that this is our Maeve?
Well, no one else has ever dared to call me Ursula. Suddenly, she hugged me and I hugged her right back. I'm so sorry, Camilla. I always thought you hated me.
I don't hate you, Maeve. I just needed more time to bond with you, but you immediately labeled me Ursula and shut me out completely.
From that day, Camilla and I became friends. And despite what Julia had done, I asked Dad to send her back to the island and even made sure she and Shiro had enough to get by for a few years. So friends, that's my confession for today. I absolutely hated my stepmom, but she taught me never to judge a book by its cover. If you liked my crazy story, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Promise you won't regret it.